My name's Gary Dalkin, and welcome to, as we say, welcome to Happy, Fun, Sustainable Gardening. I know this video is for Master Gardeners going to teach at the Imaginology, that's hard for me to say, this coming up at the end of this month. And what we're doing there is we're sharing with kids, especially kids, but also adults, a way to really plant and work to save time to make a seed tape. And of course the first question is always, what's a seed tape? Well, a seed tape is simply, we're going to use toilet paper, believe it or not a good brand particularly. In fact, a 2-ply is a good idea, and I'll show you how that is going to happen in a minute. But we're simply going to roll out some toilet paper and with some glue, magic glue that we're going to make here with simply flour and water. And we're going to put some dabs of glue on the toilet paper and then plant our seeds. And what this does, this creates that time-consuming thing of bending over and especially with little seeds, bending over and making sure you've got the right amount of seeds in the proper place. We don't have to go out 3 or 4 weeks later when the plants come up and thin out all of those plants, and it's another time-saving kind of event. So, without any further ado, let me get started as to what we're going to do. We're going to make it roughly maybe three, a 3-foot yardstick size tape at this point in time. Now this is a 2-ply toilet paper. So, and what you're going to be able to do with this is to be able to take the 1-ply, if I can get it open here, take the 1-ply off and literally create 2 out of the same piece of toilet paper. So, and the reason why I'm doing that is also one word of a caution kind of thing. Don't use colored toilet paper or with dyes. Simple, cheap kind of toilet paper will work best. And what we're going to do is simply fold this over and put a crease in it. And with the fans going in our greenhouse here, I hope that you'll be able to hear what I'm saying okay. We'll put the crease in it, just like this. Now we'll open this back up. And that'll give us an idea of what's going to happen. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to mix up our glue. Now you can use Elmer's glue. You could use a stick. In fact, what I like to do is use a colored stick glue and do this to kind of do some markings. Now, in measuring, it's simply, you're going to simply take I've just got a regular ruler here, but you can take your, shop kind of ruler and do it a longer one. But this is what we happen to happen here, and this will tell you how you're going to place or where you're going to place the seeds. And you can simply do this with a marker. So we're going to first, by the way, do bean seeds today, because that's what we're going to be doing at the Imaginology workshop. So I'm going to start out with putting them about 4 inches apart. Simply going down and putting them about 4 inches apart like this. That might be a little close for beans, but that'll give you an idea of what we want to do. And simply move it along. Because this is where we're going to put our glue, once we make our glue. And after that, by the way, the one that I like, now the one on the worksheet that we have, it says make a glue ball. I don't particularly like a glue ball because, and let me share with you why. Simply because, like a bean seed, for example, the ball can become very, very hard. And rather than do that, I just am going to place a little bit of the glue on the paper, and then I'll put the seed, attach that seed to it. So this is simply all you do. Mix 1 part water to 1 part flour kind of thing. I might need a little more here. I think I will. But you can make it thinner if it's too thick, and you do need a lot thicker if you're going to do a glue ball. But for my kind of purposes here, I'm going to definitely make it thinner. This is still plenty thick, but it'll give you an idea of how we're going to do it. And what we're going to do is simply use a little bit of this, and we'll simply do a dab every place where we have put the dots on our spacing for our beans. And I know it's not good. I feel like dead air time on radio, right? But go with me. And this is, of course, a problem that you do have. And again, I say this is such a great activity for kids. It really makes sense. Now, beans for us is going to be easy. See, they're going to stick really, really easy for. And then after I do all of the beans here, after I plant them, get them in the proper places, I'm going to skip a couple here to give you an idea. What we're simply going to do though now, and this is where glue stick is really good. And in fact, what I'm going to do so that to give you an idea of how this works is that I'm going to put a dot of glue about every 6 inches or something like that. And I will simply do this, push it down where that glue is, and there is our seed tape. So what we're going to do though, we want to make sure, what did we have? Okay, here is our packet of the seeds. This is a garden variety called Kentucky Wonder. Kentucky Wonder, you know, has to grow on a trellis, by the way. There is a bush Kentucky Wonder that also will work great, but this particular one will need a trellis or something to vine on. So, and by the way, on the back of it, it'll usually tell you how deep to plant the seed tape and also the spacing and all that. But this is going to be automatic for us. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to hang it up and let it dry overnight. Or let it dry for 3 or 4 hours kind of thing. It'll be dried and you won't have to worry. Then, you simply, and oh, by the way, and I didn't remember to do this, I like Post-its. The good old Post-it kind of thing. The more information you want to put on, the better it is. And I like to do this. I simply like, especially when it's dry. And I'm going to mark on here, Kentucky Wonder, bean, and put the date on. That'll, what I like to do is to put the date that I'm going to plant it, not the date that you're making the seed. And I will put the date on here, 4, and I'm going to plant this tomorrow, so 4/5/17. And I put this up to dry, simply put it up to dry, hang it, and give you an idea of how it's going to work. I know what's going to happen. Then, what I love popsicle sticks. You can buy them at craft stores, and they're like, maybe $5, $6 for 1,000 of them. They're really great. You can write on these, especially with a good ballpoint pen kind of thing, and write on that and stick it in the ground where you're going to put your seed tape. This identifies what you got, how much and how long and all that kind of thing. So great ideas to do this. Now, the other thing that I want to share with you is the idea that beans are big, and that's what we're going to use for the kids. But what is really good, and what I really like, is because lettuce seeds are so fine, so fantastic to grow. But you don't want to just put a whole row of lettuce seeds. You want to take 2 or 3. What I like to do is to wet, I got water here, to wet some a Q-tip and do this. See? Can you see? Let me dip it in here just to give you an idea. It will do 3 or 4 seeds. Then I can do a tape with this kind of thing. I like to do this with lettuce, with carrots. A favorite vegetable of mine is called kohlrabi. I love kohlrabi. I know many people have no idea, but it's definitely a Midwestern kind of vegetable. Eat it raw, whatever. But I love to do it that way as well. And you can make your seed tapes that absolutely will work fantastic in whatever. And it's just a fantastic, fun thing for kids, but it's also an easy thing to do with the real small seeds. Whether it be lettuce, carrots, radishes, oh my gosh, perfect for radishes. Then you don't have to go out and pull up every other radish because you're going to throw it away. And you know how gardeners are about throwing away plants. I mean, it's like I see a plant, there's no way that I can pull that out of the ground, throw it away. I do tomatoes and peppers, a lot of them. And so what I do, there's an old saying that my grandfather taught me, and that was, he always planted 3 seeds for everything. Whatever, little hill, whatever. 3 seeds. 1 for him, 1 for the weather, and 1 for the insects. That way we always made sure we had our vegetables. Anyway, good gardening, and I hope this helped you to get an idea about how we're going to demonstrate seed tape making at our Imaginology at the fairgrounds. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. One more thing we forgot, and that is to show the kids, well, after this dries, what we're going to do with it is, and I put my tag on it and all that, you can simply do this, which we're going to give the kids all a bag, and you just simply roll up the tape, like this and so, and roll it up, put it in the bag that we're going to give the kids, identify it with a sticky note kind of thing, put it in the bag, and you can take it home and plant it however. Now, in planting, you can very definitely show them how to do that. Unroll it, dig a little furrow in the dirt, lay the tape right down in it, and cover it a little bit with the soil, any kind of soil. Sand is also very good. Humus, that kind of thing, is great to do all seeds with. And you will absolutely wet it down after you finish and wait 3 or 4 days, or maybe a week or 2 weeks, I don't know, depending on the seed that you're planting. And bingo, you've got a plant. Thanks again.